Being humble is dumb. Let me repeat that. For anyone in the back that didn't hear, being humble is absolutely dumb. It's idiotic. I'm going to read you something I posted on my story yesterday that got a lot of controversy. If people don't like that you have motion, if people don't like that you are succeeding in this world, F them. Only losers will tell you to be humble. Real ones, real people in this world will respect your hustle. If you act like you're amazing, the world will bend to your reality. Now, let's get into the video for today, which is really all about you need to embody the mindset that you are a star. Because imagine you don't think you're a star. You don't think you're destined for great things. Do you think you're going to accomplish great things? There's a classic line out there. I believe it's attributed to Ford, where it says, if you believe that you can do something, you're right. And if you believe that you can't do something, you're right. If you believe that you cannot do something, you will never accomplish it. My mom, when I was really hitting a sad point in my career at Google, and I told her, Mom, I don't think I'm ever going to be rich. I don't really want to be rich. And she told me, if you do not want to be rich, then you won't be. And immediately I thought about that. I said, well, I retract that statement. I do want to be rich, Mom. You must have this mindset that you are a star. That you're a star, and not every day you're not gonna feel like a star. Some days you're gonna wake up and you're I feel like, what am I doing? Is this business gonna work? Does this woman even like me? Is it even worth it going out on dates? Like, you're gonna have low points. That's just normal. But you need to start cultivating your mindset that you are a star, because you are a star. You're a star if you want to be. You must become so delusional. People on the internet talk about, oh, it's bad to be delusional. Every single successful person I know is delusional. Because what is being delusional? It's being a visionary. You're looking into the future. You're seeing stuff that they can't see. No shit, they're gonna tell you, oh, you're being delusional. Oh, yeah. They're not visionaries. They don't see what you see. And the only times when you fail is when you stop working towards your vision. Because that's the only time that they're actually right. You prove them right when you stop working towards your vision. Be delusional. I was at a party yesterday, and I was making some jokes. I like bullshitting, right? So I'm talking to this person, and my friend's like, "Oh, I don't know if Jax will ever get married. He hasn't talked to me in 3 years. My mindset's changed on that." And I said, "No, I think I'm going to get married. I think I'm just going to marry like a shipping heiress or like a movie star or like a famous singer." And the woman next to me was like, well, "Are you like a famous singer or something?" I'm like, "Nah." But I just know that's coming for me, because that's the mindset I have. I know I'm destined for great things. I tell myself, I say, I'm great. I'm a star. And you know what? Most people would have told me, you're a Looney Tune, bro. Like, what are you doing? Stop being so delusional. But she didn't. She said, you know what? I'm a star too. And I just looked at her. I was like, real, recognize real. Real, recognize real. And she was telling me all about her career in publishing and how she started this meditation company and how she's like on to a new chapter. She's starting a podcast. And I'm just like, this older woman, I was like, dude, I just felt an energetic connection to her. I'm like, stars recognize other stars. So you share. If you're going to be arrogant, if you're going to be like, really bashful and put out your vision to the world, which you have to be, you're going to lose some loser friends. I'm not going to be, people are going to say, oh, be humble. Oh, don't have pride. What? You have to have a little bit of ego. People tell you, oh, the ego is bad. It is. The ego is bad only if you use it in the wrong context. So let's say I wanted to become a famous reggaeton artist, right? And I go up to like some famous guy and I'm like, I'm the best. You can't teach me anything. That's actually being dumb prideful. You can learn stuff from people, but you shouldn't be downplaying yourself. A lot of people think, and a lot of women are going to listen to this podcast because I talk mostly about dating. So let's imagine you go on a date and you're, oh yeah, my job's not really that important. Oh yeah, and I get nervous a lot. Like, when you talk bad about yourself, when you talk down to yourself, that person is not going to see you in your full light. But when you have queen energy, when you have the energy of a woman who deserves everything that she's getting in her life and more, who knows that great stuff's coming for her, that's when you get the things you want. Because our inner world, life is like a mirror, right? If we're not smiling, the mirror doesn't smile. You must smile first. You must project the energy into the universe that you want to see reflected in it. And if you're not doing that, if you're not being a little bit delusional, if you're not really manifesting this idea of like, I have good stuff coming for me, you don't see it now. People can't see it now. They can't see the future. Like, you can see the future because you're inside your own body. You're inside your own mind. You are about to project. You're about to bend reality to your will. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was often described as having a reality distortion field. Yeah, did Steve Jobs, some guy that was like kind of a college dropout, like couldn't afford to go to Reed College, had a bunch of business blunders, like really messed up a lot. But he was so dedicated to his vision. He could see the future. He knew personal computers. He called this from the jump. He said, everyone's going to have a personal computer. I believe it. Back in the day, you used to have a giant ass IBM mainframe. Like nobody had computers back in the day. He's like, yo, this is coming for everyone. 1,000 songs in your pockets, iPods, if we have a younger listener. That was revolutionary. Used to carry around like CDs and Walkmans. There's all kinds of BS. And people would often tell Steve Jobs, oh, hey, that's not going to work. And he would say, it's going to work. Make it happen. It's going to work. Make it happen. That's the kind of mentality you have to have for your life. These people think, oh, you're not going to get your Yoda cert. It's going to happen. Oh, you're not going to become a famous dad. It's going to happen. I'm going to ensure it happens. And sure, if you listen to yesterday's episode, you know that everything that you want in this world, there is no free stuff. Everything that you want in this world, you have to pay a price for. The price of meeting your partner is not staying home on your couch. Is the uncomfortable feeling of going and talking to new people. That is the uncomfortable nature. The uncomfortable nature of a relationship is if you want to have a beautiful relationship, you have to have hard conversations. You have to tell them what you will not accept. You have to implement your standards, right? So let's go into one more example. So for people that aren't feeling as energized, they aren't feeling like they're like, I hear what you're saying, Jax. I want to be a star. I know I want to be delusional. I have goals and aspirations, but I just don't feel that. I feel nervous. I feel weak. I just feel beaten down by life. And trust me, I hear you. There are moments, I don't wake up every day like this. It takes 2 coffees. It takes a little bit of a walk for me. But hey, I understand I've had really low points in my life. We can go on that in other episodes. But what you can do is you can create an alter ego. So how many people, raise your hand mentally, how many people know about Sasha Fierce? This is Beyonce's alter ego. So when she would feel a lot of stage fright to go out on stage, she would say, I'm Sasha Fierce. What would Sasha Fierce do? So if you must create an alter ego, be like, create a Batman, create like the Samantha Fierce, create the diva that you want to be, some Spartan woman that's just like, I do everything. And then you think, okay, well, what does my alter ego do? What does my Steve Jobs replica do? What does my Beyonce Oprah replica do? What do they do? How do they act? And then you say, okay, I'm going to act like them. Sure, it's fake it till you make it. But that actually works. What doesn't work is when you do not change your identity. So when I was first getting into some hypnosis stuff, I'm not very good at hypnosis, by the way. I shouldn't even tell myself that, by the way. Like, you shouldn't self-criticize. You should say, I'm becoming a better hypnotist. So when I was first getting into this hypnotism stuff, and I'm very into like mindset, all this kind of stuff, you guys listen to the pod. The first thing that they say in the book is you say, I am the hypnotist. Not I am a hypnotist. I am the mother effing hypnotist. I am the lawyer. So you're embodying the identity, even though you just learned the skill. I'm like 2 chapters into the book, and they're like, yo, you are the hypnotist. Not only are you a hypnotist, you are the hypnotist. Not only are you the lawyer, not only are you an accountant, you are the accountant. And that is the mentality that you must have. So just like Beyonce, I actually forgot if Beyonce's her real name, but just like Beyonce's like, oh, she's not just like a singer. She's Sasha Fierce. She is the identity of a woman who is going to rock the stage, who sells out arenas, who people come and they just love her. They sing her songs. So if you must, create an alter ego. Say you're nervous to do some public speaking. What is the alter ego you can create? And then how can you act in accordance with that alter ego, right? Because that's going to be who you are in the future. So how can we do some reality transurfing? How can we how can we just jump into that future reality by creating an alter ego that already acts in the way you want to act? And then it removes some of the fear where you're like, oh, that's not me. That's not me doing the scary thing of singing on stage. That's Sasha Fierce. Oh, yeah. So many people. Eminem, as an example, had Marshall Mathers, I believe was his name. Or maybe Eminem was his name. Either way, he created an alter ego because he was very nervous. So if you must, do that exact same thing. And I want to just talk about this again, because I know we mentioned in the beginning, is people are going to hate. Anytime you're trying to rise above your station in life. People put you in mental boxes. They say, "Oh, Jax, he's the shy introverted kid that's going to be an accountant." And then when you start becoming popular on social media and you start becoming an engineer at Google and you start like really getting motion, you're going to lose some people. You're going to lose some people. There's a quote from Jesus. I'll butcher it, but it's essentially, you cannot be a prophet in your hometown. It is so difficult for the people closest to you in your life to accept your new reality. But you got to keep going. Sometimes it requires, as an example, I moved to Medellin, Colombia. I moved for 3 years away from my family. Not everyone has that opportunity, but you can start joining communities in your city. You can start joining online communities. You must go either mentally or physically to a place where people will accept your new identity. And it's going to take work. It is going to take work. So when people are hating that you have motion, a lot of people will come back around because what they see, and sometimes they're very well intentioned, right? They're like, Jax, why are you making all this comedy? Your company's gonna fire you. Oh, Jax, don't do this. Sometimes they're very much just trying to help you out. Like in their mind, they're saying like, oh, my friend's going a little bit coco loco. Like he's going too crazy, and they're trying to be like, yo, chill. But they don't see the vision. They don't see the vision. So don't hate the people for kind of trying to tamp down your motion, but just know you're going to make it. Again, those people, they're actually legitimate haters. There are people that actually hate to see you win. So push those people away. There are people that want to protect you and they're like, oh my gosh, what is she doing? She's acting crazy. Those people, they want to protect you, but they just don't see the vision. So you have to recognize the difference between the two. And that requires an energy audit. Be like, all right, what do I get from this person? What do I give to this person? And then if that is still in line, like if you still feel like it's a healthy relationship, just start talking to them a little bit less. Because when you're in this early stage of pursuing your vision, you're in such a sensitive spot. You are in such a sensitive spot where you're like, I can't have any doubters. They talk about this in war. And they say, oh, this general was like only around sycophants. And sycophants just means yes people. And I totally understand that because when you're first implementing your vision, you need more supportive people. This is another thing. If your friend is trying to do something a little bit out of the box and you even see that it could partially work, like a little bit, you think it could work, go support them. It is everyone's first instinct to shoot down new ideas. It is everyone's first instinct to be pessimistic. For you, what I need you to do is I need you, if you even think there's a little tiny bit that it could work, I need you to hype your friend up because that's what they need. They need hype. They don't need haters. They need hype. They don't need haters. And I'll leave you with that. I love you. Ciao.